Her knees buckled the moment she turned around. He was standing there, close enough to touch, close enough to hear her heartbeat hammering against her ribs. But it wasn't supposed to be him. For a split second, the world froze. Why was he here? Why had he followed her? And worst of all, why was he smiling like he knew a secret she didn't? 3 months earlier, Emily's life looked perfect from the outside. She had a steady job, a long-term boyfriend named Daniel, and a quiet apartment she decorated with care. Friends envied her stability. But inside, Emily felt trapped. Daniel was dependable, yes. He paid bills, he kept the apartment tidy, and he never yelled. He was the kind of man people described as safe. But safe wasn't what Emily wanted. She wanted sparks. She wanted unpredictability. She wanted to feel seen, wanted alive. And Daniel, he no longer saw her. Then came Adrian. Adrian wasn't supposed to matter. He joined the company as a consultant, confident, sharp, dangerously aware. From the start, he noticed things that Daniel never did. The subtle tremble in her hands when she was stressed. The way her lips twitched into a smile even when she didn't feel like smiling. The quiet weight she carried on her shoulders. Adrian saw Emily, and she hadn't been truly seen in years. Their first conversation was harmless. "Coffee?" he asked, holding 2 cups. Thanks," she muttered, surprised by his attention. But the conversation lingered in her mind long after she returned to her desk. The next day, another joke, another glance. Before she realized it, she was waiting for his messages. Every ping of her phone made her pulse spike. She told herself it was harmless, but every little thrill became a thread in a rope that was slowly strangling her sense of morality. One Friday, the office was nearly empty. Emily dropped a pen. She bent over to pick it up, expecting no one to be around. But when she straightened, Adrian was right there, too close. Close enough that she could feel the warmth radiating off him. Close enough that she realized her chest was racing. He leaned in, voice low, dangerous. "Do you ever feel like you're living someone else's life?" Her mind spun. What was he implying? Was he talking about her relationship with Daniel? Or was he hinting at something deeper, something that would make her entire world crumble if she let it? Put yourself in her shoes. You know it's wrong. Every moral fiber in your body screams, stop, and yet, there's a pull you can't resist. Thrill, a temptation, a dangerous, intoxicating spark. It started with texts, innocent, casual. "Hey, you okay?" "Meeting went all right?" But at 10 p.m., "You okay?" wasn't innocent anymore. It became a lifeline, a whisper in the night. A reason to stay awake, staring at her phone, her heart beating faster with each notification. Weeks passed. Emily felt like she was living a double life. By day, she smiled at Daniel, kissed him, pretended everything was normal. By night, she texted Adrian, laughing at jokes Daniel would never understand, revealing fears and dreams she had buried long ago. One night, after a small argument over something trivial, dirty dishes, missed bills, Emily's phone buzzed. "Adrian," she didn't hesitate. "Come over," she typed. That night, everything changed. The air was thick with tension. Her mind screamed warnings, but her body betrayed her. Every glance, every touch, every laugh felt like fire. Adrian was intoxicating, dangerous, alive. And Daniel? He was waiting at home, blissfully unaware, counting on her loyalty. But Daniel wasn't blind. He noticed the subtle shifts, the late nights, the nervous glances at her phone, the laughter that didn't reach her eyes. One evening, Emily sensed she was being followed. A shadow flitted past her vision in the parking lot. Heart racing, she ducked behind a pillar. And there he was, Daniel. Not confronting her yet, just watching, waiting. The realization hit her like ice. He knew. The following week, Emily tried to convince herself to stop. She tried. She deleted messages. She avoided Adrian's gaze at work, but every interaction, every smirk, Every careless brush of hands rekindled the flame. Adrian was unpredictable now, sometimes sweet, sometimes distant, testing her, challenging her, reminding her that she wasn't just Emily, she was desirable, powerful, alive. One night, she confided in her best friend Rachel. I don't know what's happening, Emily whispered. Rachel frowned. Emily, are you cheating? Emily shook her head. I'm not. It's just complicated. But even she knew it wasn't complicated. It was wrong. And yet, she couldn't stop. Daniel's silent observation escalated. He left subtle notes in her apartment. Hope you're happy. He rearranged the furniture in ways only she would notice. He followed her occasionally, not to confront, but to see for himself. Emily began noticing the stranger behind the tree as she walked to her car, the familiar shadow at the coffee shop, the way her reflection in shop windows seemed to shrink under invisible scrutiny. Paranoia became a constant companion. Then came the night that broke her. She bent over to pick up a document in the office. Her heart leapt. Expecting Adrian, she smiled. But it was Daniel, not angry, not yelling, just looking broken, hurt. I just needed to see it for myself, he said quietly. The shock froze her. Her secret wasn't safe anymore. Her double life had been unmasked. And the worst part? He still loved her. Adrian vanished immediately after. No calls, no texts, no explanations. Emily tried desperately, but every attempt went unanswered. She realized too late. Adrian had never been hers. He was just a thrill, a distraction, a mirror to her suppressed desires. The weeks after Daniel left were unbearable. Emily sat alone, staring at her phone, replaying every moment, every choice, every stolen thrill. She called friends, she begged for advice. But no one could fix what she had broken. Even Rachel shook her head. You had everything, Emily, and you threw it away. In her apartment, the silence was deafening. The phone buzzed, another unknown number. Her heart leapt. But it wasn't Adrian. It was a wrong number. Months passed. Emily learned the hardest lesson of all. The things that seem most exciting, the forbidden, the risky, the dangerous, they can destroy everything you hold dear. Because sometimes the greatest betrayal is not by someone else, but by yourself. One rainy evening, Emily stood in front of her mirror. She touched her face, saw the tired eyes, the haunted smile. She whispered to herself, was it worth it? And for the first time, she felt the weight of truth settle fully. It wasn't worth it. Nothing, the thrill, the secret messages, the stolen touches, was worth the ruin it left behind. And yet, deep down, part of her knew she would remember that fire forever. The one thing Adrian gave her was herself. Before guilt, before fear, before destruction, she had felt truly alive. And that was something she would never forget. The twist? Life doesn't give second chances. Daniel didn't return. Adrian didn't return. The only thing left was Emily, alone with her choices, forced to face the consequences. And sometimes, that is the cruelest story of all. Her reflection stared back, at her in the mirror. She touched it lightly. The woman she saw was stronger now, wiser, scarred, and finally aware.